happens. The stage looks grand and intimidating with its massive screens and polished floor reflecting the ceiling lights like glass. Backstage, a young man from Cebu City stands alone holding a microphone with both hands as if it might disappear. His clothes are simple worn shoes, faded jeans, a jacket borrowed from a neighbor who wished him luck but could not afford to come with him. He closes his eyes and breathes slowly, remembering the sound of waves hitting the shore near his home, remembering the nights when electricity was gone and the only light came from candles while he sang to forget hunger. His name is called, and for a second he freezes, then takes one step forward, then another, until he is walking onto the Ireland's Got Talent stage. The applause is polite at first, mixed with curiosity. The camera zooms in and the audience can see how thin he is, how nervous his smile looks. The judges glance at each other, reading the quiet story written on his face. One judge leans forward, asking where he is from. He answers softly, Cebu City, Philippines. The crowd murmurs. Another judge asks about his family, and his voice shakes as he explains that his father passed away when he was young and his mother sells fish every morning just to keep food on the table. Singing, he says, was never a dream. It was a way to survive. The judges listen more closely now. When asked why he chose this competition, he looks around the massive hall and swallows hard. He says he grew up listening to an old radio that only caught a few stations, and one voice always cut through the static. A voice that made him feel brave even when life was hard. He says that voice belonged to Freddie Mercury. A few eyebrows rise. The audience reacts with a mix of excitement and doubt. The comparison feels heavy, almost dangerous. One judge smiles kindly but cautiously and asks him what he will sing tonight. He answers with quiet confidence, a classic that requires courage, power, and soul. There is a brief pause, then the music begins. A single piano note fills the room, slow and deliberate. The young man lifts the microphone and sings the first line gently, carefully, as if testing the air. His voice is clear and emotional, instantly changing the energy in the room. The audience leans forward. The judges stop writing and look up. There is something honest in his tone, something entrained but deeply felt. As the song continues, his confidence grows. He closes his eyes and lets the music carry him. His voice rises effortlessly, reaching notes that make people sit straighter in their seats. It is not imitation, it is inspiration. The spirit of Freddie Mercury is there, in copying, but in fearlessness. He moves across the stage naturally, no choreography, no plan, just instinct. His hands lift as if reaching for something greater than the lights above him. The camera catches a judge wiping their eyes, already overwhelmed by the emotion pouring out of this young man who moments ago was just another addition. The chorus arrives and the room explodes with sound. His voice fills every corner of the theater, powerful, raw, and aching. The audience gasps, then cheers in the middle of the song, unable to contain themselves. One judge places a hand over their mouth, eyes wide in disbelief. Another judge nods slowly, feeling every note. The toughest judge known for criticism sits completely still, staring at the stage as if seeing something they cannot explain. The young man hits a high note and holds it steady, strong and fearless, and in that moment time seems to stop. As the song reaches its climax, he pours everything into the performance. Years of struggle, missed meals, lost hope, and quiet dreams come rushing out through his voice. Tears roll down his face, but he does not stop singing. The emotion only makes him stronger. The audience rises to their feet one by one until the entire hall is standing. The final note rings out and fades into silence. For a heartbeat, there is nothing. No applause, no sound, just awe. Then the room erupts. Cheers, screams, clapping thunder through the theater like a storm. The young man lowers the microphone and stands shaking. He looks out at the crowd, unable to believe what he is seeing. The judges stand too, applauding, with tears in their eyes. One judge is openly crying. Another wipes their face trying to regain composure. The toughest judge stands last, but claps the hardest, nodding with respect. The applause continues for what feels like forever until the host returns to the stage. The young man bows, repeatedly, whispering thank you over and over, his voice breaking. When the judges finally speak, their words come slowly, weighed down by emotion. One judge says they have watched thousands of auditions, but very few have made them feel like this. They say, his voice carries pain, hope,